Y'all, today on Maverick Gun Works channel, I'm going to talk about and maybe demonstrate a little bit about how we are going to cut and recrown a barrel. This is for a Savage Model 10 that this gentleman hunts with, and what he's got here is in his tree stand, the barrel is just a little bit longer than he'd like for it to be maneuverable. So he's asked to cut it off to 18.5 inches, and I've already chopped it off with the bandsaw. I took about 5.5 inches off the barrel, and I'm going to put it into my 4-jaw chuck and dial it in. I'll show you a little bit about how that works and why we do it that way, and then we're going to recrown the barrel. We'll give it a target crown and get it set back together so he can have it more maneuverable in a tree stand. All right, so just give me a minute. We'll put this together and talk to you through about why we're doing what we're doing with it. Okay. Alright, now what I've done is set up the barrel inside my 4-jaw chuck, and we'll try to explain a little bit about why I'm using a 4-jaw chuck on this instead of a 3-jaw chuck, which is much faster, much easier, but it's not as precise in this case. And granted, we're not threading the barrel, so we don't have to do it this way. I'll feel better about this because of when I cut the crown and make it as close to the center as I can on the rifling. This is the best way to go about it, and I'll show you why here. All right. Hopefully, I think the camera can see my dial indicator. And I've got my pointer on the inside of the rifling. So as I rotate the head on the lathe here, you'll see the dial indicator move. And what I want to try to show you is, okay, as it's hitting one of the lands and grooves as it goes up and down in the rifling. Tops out at 5, back up right there to 3.5, right at 3. I click again to 5, back to 3. As we rotate the barrel around, I've got it dialed in with 4 different jaws are independently adjustable so that we can adjust the barrel to be exactly in the center of the lathe head, so the cutter is exactly in the center when we start cutting on it. Okay? And you think about, or you ask why this particular dial indicator, or what's the measurements on this. This dial indicator goes to 0.0005 of an inch, which is 5/10,000ths of an inch. And to break that down a little bit closer, it's half of 1/1000th of an inch is what it means. For every mark on this indicator is half of 1/1000th. Okay, so it's pretty doggone close for what we're doing here. All right, I'm gonna raise the dial indicator up down to the outside of the barrel. We're gonna lower it down. And I get it right here in the center of the outside of the barrel, and I'm going to show you why I'm doing what I'm doing, because the outside is not concentric with the inside. All right, so I've got this. We'll just put it down just roughly about 9.5 or so on the dial indicator. And as I roll the milling head around, you see the dial indicator is moving from 5 to 10, 11, 12, 14. Says 14 there, and as I rotate it, it goes back up to 5. So you've got right there 9/1000ths of an inch, almost 10,000ths of an inch difference in the inside and the outside of being concentric. So if I were going to thread this barrel, that's what I want to do. I want to be exactly true with the inside of a rifling. So if I was going to thread it, I would come back here, set it just like it is, and cut my outside of my barrel down to the diameter I need for my threads. That way when you fire the gun, the bullet is exactly in the center of the outside of the barrel where it's threaded, so that if you had a suppressor on it, for example, or a muzzle brake, then as the gas flows out of the end of the barrel, it's going to be exactly centered on the inside of the rifling, so you have the same amount of gas on all the way around your muzzle brake or your suppressor. If you don't do it that way, you have a chance of what I call a baffle strike, especially on a suppressor, where if it's not concentric and not perfectly straight with the rifling, as a bullet comes out of the other end of your device, if it's not dead center, it may very well strike on some part of the inside of your suppressor. So that's why we do it that way. All right. Anyhow, let's go ahead. Oh, I got one more thing I want to show you right quick. I know some folks may ask that you may look at some of the tooling around on my machine here, and you wonder, why do I have a file up here with a golf ball stuck on it? All right. This is something that I picked up in gunsmith school years ago. One of the fellows in there was another machinist, and this was something that he had come up with. And unfortunately for me, I have a neighbor that likes to hit golf balls out in the field. So when I find them, we bring them in here, drill a hole in them, and that makes a really nice file handle. So anyway, that's what it's for. It's not a golf ball anymore, now it's a file handle. All right. Anyway, let's get on with our work here. One more little skim cut, and I'll start the recess on the crown. Alrighty, the very last little detail here, my 11-degree cutter for the rifling to get a perfect 11-degree cut on it, so that bullet flies true as it can be. And I believe we're done with that part. There we go. Okay, we'll take her out now and get it back together. Okay folks, I've got the little Savage Model 10 back together here with a shortened barrel. So got it all bolted up, ready to go. You can see we cut the barrel off, re-crowned it, and there's what it used to look like, kind of, about that much longer. Anyway, hopefully it'll be more compact for the user to deal with in his hunting stand now. If that's something of interest, give us a call. Maybe we'll help you out. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, baby. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.